Welcome to Live, Learn, Inspire. I'm your host, Albert Emmanuel, and welcome to the show where we like to share inspiring, informative, and educational contents. Today, I have with me Joan, a lawyer in Uganda. Welcome, Joan.
Thank you, Albert.
Yeah. So, we're very excited to have you with us today, Joan, and we'd like to just get the feel of your journey as a lawyer in Uganda, right? So, what inspired you to pursue a career in law?
I'm called Banana Joan. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Uganda, a lawyer by profession. I've practiced law for over 14 years. I'm quite senior.
Wow.
As I speak to you today. What inspired me to become a lawyer by profession? Growing up, I come from a medical background. My parents were all from the medical profession, my dad and mom. So I would see my dad so busy. He was always busy in hospital. Then I said, no, I have to take a different career. And while growing up, I was a bright kid. In class, I was performing well. And during our days, it's not like these days. Joining the law school, you had to excel. Those days, you have to excel. So I said, I have to work hard. And I used to admire a certain judge. She looked young and small. She was called Justice 17. I would say 17. She was called 17. I would say, oh, this lady looks small and she's so active. She's hardworking. I said, I have to join the legal career. And I would see prisoners. We used to stay near a prison when we were growing. And then I would say, oh my God, I would watch movies. We had a TV we would watch. My dad would buy movies. They were called decks. We had a deck. Then we had these tapes we would watch. Then I would see people being represented. I would say, I want to also go to the courtroom. I want to be a lawyer.
Can I ask, roughly, what age were you at that point?
That age, when I wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah, when you noticed, like, what, this is my calling. This is what I want to pursue.
I was like 14, 15. Because below that, I wasn't thinking of that.
No, okay. Yeah, and having both parents that are doctors and you choosing a career path that is not the same, how was that for you? How was it for them?
My father was a professional person and he believed in professional courses. He really supported us when we were going to university. He wanted us to do professional courses because some of us, when we were being admitted on government, were given some courses that were not professional, but he had to pay for us so that we can join the professional field. We could study law.
All right. Okay. Cool. So I can just imagine that the legal field can be very demanding, right?
Very demanding.
Yeah, it can be very demanding. So how do you stay basically focused and on your purpose and everything else that comes with it, the pressure and your work life and family life, everything else?
Yeah, you have to. I've tried to join networks like professional networks. You have to keep in touch with your colleagues, especially the seniors. We have, like in the legal career, we have people who are senior to us. So you have to keep in touch with these mentors, seniors, to find out how far they've grown. You have, with persistent education, you have to keep on researching. You have to go. You can't stop there. You keep learning. You learn from colleagues. You join networks. Like if you're like the public interest lawyers network, you join colleagues. Much as it's demanding, you have to join colleagues. Then you want to do something for yourself. You have to do pro bono work if you want to do change. If you have to make a change, and you have to balance. You have to have a what? You have to have values. You have to set goals. You say, I'm going to do this. You don't have to mix the work and the social life. You have to set goals. If I'm doing this, if I'm doing the work. If I'm doing my work, I don't have to mix it with a house duties. Balanced work life. You focus on what is important.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that you have been doing this work for 14 years.
14 years, yes.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, yes, it is true. I've practiced since 2010.
Wow. And so what are some of the cases that you've been through that you can share with the audience?
I've handled so many cases. I cannot share them but I've handled really many cases from land to family to commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
To civil.
So exactly, what type of law do you practice? Is it mainly
general?
So you have practiced general?
I practice general.
Okay, so
But there are some really cases that have been so contentious that I've handled. Evictions.
Yeah.
The eviction cases I really handled that were not. That was.
And is there something that you like said, this is the type of cases that I want, this is the type of cases that I prefer to work with? Do you have any favorites?
Yeah, I do have favorites.
Yeah?
I like land law so much. Land cases so much.
Yeah.
I love practicing land law.
So if I was like someone that is interested in looking into land and need a lawyer that have the experience, you're the person to come to.
Yeah, you definitely have the experience.
Yeah.
I really love land law.
All right. Okay. And that's something you've been practicing from the beginning when you started since 2010.
Yes, I did, but I did a lot also of criminal and family. I did a lot of criminal law. You know, when you're starting, you don't have much, so like there are few people interested in criminal, so you end up there.
Okay, I see.
Because there is no money. People are like, you're a young lawyer.
Yes, just to start your career. Yeah. All right. And another thing that I think might be interesting to also learn about is being a woman practicing law in Uganda, right? So how is it? What's
practicing as a female?
Yeah.
Before it was quite difficult, but now easy because now. But actually, women we take I think we take like 50% of the seats. I think in
really?
Yeah, we are so many.
Okay.
The profession has grown.
Yeah.
And women are now confident. But of course, there is still that thing of bias. Continuous bias from traditions, from what even when you're a female lawyer and you're trying to practice with a male in the male-dominated career, where there are there are more dominated law firms of male lawyers. They'll try to put you down, but as a woman, I think we have really come up with a confidence, with the seats, with what women are now practicing law, but we still have that thing of discrimination, bias. Even when like you clients, when you want to give a good big case, you prefer, of course, a male lawyer. You say, with this lady you handle, but you don't know that women we can practice. You insist on your male.
So you say a client would automatically
prefer some
a male.
Some would prefer. Some would prefer. So some who don't know. Even these clients who are not like land, they would say, with a female lawyer, represent me properly, but. It's different these days. We've taken up most of the seats.
Yeah,
and
you
the
mentioned 50%.
We are so many.
Yeah. And so what was it like when you first started 14 years ago? Was it also 50% or what would you say it was?
It was not that big, but it was challenging. It was challenging and intimidatory. Like you go before court and the judge, you appear before a judge, you're a young female lawyer, and you see the expression is not good. I think some of those judges passed on. I remember practicing at the start was not easy. Most of those lawyers are gone, judges are gone.
Okay.
You'd enter, they would say, you're so junior. Even you'd go to these law firms, you want to get employment, they would say, you're quite junior. Then you're like, now how do I practice? Because I think they were used to senior.
But when you say you're quite junior, is it based on your age or based on your, when you finish your education? Because you can be junior, but then if you started your education and finish quite late, say in your 20s, then it's not then you're maybe junior in the career path, but not in age.
No, they look at the career path. They ask you, what level? Tell them I've just finished LDC. They're like, what? You're just quite junior.
Sorry, LDC, because I have some audience that might not know what that is. So what is LDC?
Law Development Center. That is where we join to do. It is called legal practice. That's where we do legal practice. After university, you go to Law Development Center for the private practice, legal practice.
Okay. And when you finish that, people might say, no, you need more experience to get the job.
No, you have to enroll to become an advocate. Yeah. When you enroll, then that's where you can start from. But of course, when you've not yet graduated from Law Development Center, you're looking for where you can enter. You're looking for a placement.
Of course.
But when you're trying to get a placement, they can tell you, what are you going to do for us? You're like, I'll do legal research. You're like, but you're quite junior. So it was a challenge. And you're female.
Yeah, that sounds challenging because you need to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And if you just finished and they say you're quite junior to just do research, then where are you supposed to start from, right?
Then also government, you want to join government, it's not easy, government. Yeah, you have, So like if I join government, in Uganda we have a tendency that if I join government, who is going to push for me? So there was also a problem of joining government. You want to, it's good to join government when you're just from school because it's easy.
Okay,
but
to
joining,
gain experience.
Even to enter government, I think for the young lawyers, it's very good. It's good to join when you've just finished school, but later on it becomes a bit difficult.
Okay. Because then you can practice either like for private and then for the government. Right? And where would you say is the most, in terms of women practicing law, is it more for the government or for the private sector, or how is it? What's the majority?
Majority is more, of course, for the private sector. Yeah, that's why it is the most of the work. Everything, most of the work. Government is quite not so much.
What would you say is the percentage then? Like how many people practice for government and how many practice for...
the percentage?
Yeah, roughly, like just on top of your head.
For government?
Since mostly it's practicing private.
Maybe 45, maybe 40 to 60. 40, I think government 40. They are practicing for like 40.
Okay.
40%.
Wow. Well, I would assume that there might be more jobs within the government because government is the whole country, right? So, but then of course, private, you have lots of businesses as well.
Yes,
that
definitely.
Might need representatives, right? So, Okay. So if you sum it up, basically, being a woman practicing law in Uganda has improved a lot in the past 14 years.
Practicing law?
Yeah. How the difficulties basically for a woman practicing law.
Yeah, they've improved because the courts have improved. They put more judges. They put more stations.
Yeah.
The districts are now more.
Okay.
Yeah, and the criminal state attorneys are now many. The ones representing Attorney General are many. It's now easier. Because before you'd go to court and you find no government lawyer, but these days there are so many.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's easy now. The judges are many, the registrars are many. Okay, the judiciary has expanded and they've improved really their services.
Okay.
Even now we are into the computer system. I think it's now easier than before.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting because you mentioned computer system, right? Because in the past, a lot was manual. So
manual.
Paper,
printing,
documents, right? But now everything is registered on
computer. It's easy.
Computer.
Before it was difficult, manual files. So at least now files are on computer. Yeah, it's better than before.
Yeah.
I think even the prisons have improved.
Okay. Would you say it is? It's also preventing a lot of mistakes. A lot of because I'm thinking when you have a lot of papers, a lot of things are done manual. You can people can displace them, people can lose them, right? But when it's online, I mean, when it's on the computer, then it's easy to retrieve it, it's easy to find it, and you see exactly what it's been discussed for the past cases as well. So it's like it's easy to find cases basically. Yeah,
it's easy, and it's also we avoid fraud,
exactly,
duplication.
Yeah.
It's there's a very big change. There's a difference from the present and from the past and the present. Yeah, I think the legal system has improved a lot. Yeah. To me as a practicing advocate, a lot has improved.
Yeah, I mean, doing this for 14 years means that you have a real passion for it.
Yes, I do have a passion for it because you cannot practice for that long. You chose that career path, not for finances. Because if you look at the financial bit of it, you get so discouraged. You're like, what? I'm supposed to be far. But if you go for it for a passion, like what I did, you really move on. You're like, I can even do a case for free pro bono. If I want to make a social change in my community.
You said free pro bono, yeah?
Pro bono work, free work.
Yeah, how many, I mean, I have heard a lot of lawyers doing that type of jobs. And it's mainly, I would say it's good for the juniors, isn't it? For people that are just coming out of the school. I'm guessing. I don't know. You tell me, right?
That's what many people think. But even up to now, we are doing pro bono work.
Interesting.
You can still do pro bono, but many people think it's for juniors. But even senior, there are some lawyers really who have really adopted the pro bono work because there are even pro bono NGOs.
Interesting.
But maybe, as much as they are funded, but I don't think pro bono is mainly for for juniors.
Well, I didn't know, of course, so it's good that you're telling me this, right?
Yeah,
So
there are some seniors who are really doing it, and they are doing it.
Interesting. But
mainly, of course, it falls in the other side.
Yeah.
When you're starting and you really want to learn, you want to represent someone, you want to go to court, you're determined. You're like, how, if no one is paying me, let me try this case.
Yeah, and since a lot of this pro bono work is for free, I mean, you do have to feed yourself, right? So, so how do you make sure that you actually cover your expenses then?
Yeah, there's some NGOs that are funding. They fund like transport. They can give you transport or what. But in some cases, some clients, pro bono doesn't mean it's totally free. Sometimes they can give you little money, like little transport, but the case representation is fully free, free of charge. Okay. But this person is transporting you. But I'm representing you for free. But you can give me transport to go to court.
Wow. That sounds tough. Yeah, it sounds like a tough business. But what long term then? Because I'm sure you can do some pro bono works in between, right?
Yeah, you can.
But long term, you want something that actually gives you income.
Yeah, definitely. Even there are times when you don't want even pro bono, but as a lawyer, really, I think we should embrace it. We should embrace pro bono. There are some people, women who can't represent themselves. There are some children, there are some prisoners. Really, you feel like really you need to come out and represent these people.
Yeah, okay. So it's more of the impact that you make to those people's life as well, right?
Yeah, especially the prisoners. Sometimes not everyone who is in prison is guilty. Sometimes you look at the prisoners, and some people are really innocently in prison. I'm always touched by prisoners. I don't know why. Some people really, when you hear their stories, you're like, no.
So have you, that sounds like you have represented a lot of prisoners then.
Yes, I did. I used to work for Uganda discharged prisoners, legal aid clinic.
Okay.
But that one, I think, collapsed. But I did represent some prisoners, and I would listen to their stories. And even when I go to court, sometimes you hear these people discussing. They're like, I did nothing. I'm in prison. You feel bad. I've always had that passion of helping prisoners.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, of course, some might have been wrongly accused. Right? And some might get out through some help from lawyers like yourself, but some might not. And of course, some might. But do you think some might just lie that they were wrongly accused just to get out, and they get out while someone else who actually was wrongly accused end up being there for the rest of their life?
Yeah, that's common.
That's common.
Yeah, that's common. It's not new. Someone innocent may go. Someone not innocent may go free. Yeah. It's very common. Yeah. According to sometimes we'd look at the way you're practicing, the way the person is representing you, and the connection. I don't want to go into that, but they say that the judiciary is biased, there's corruption. But those days when they were corrupt judges, really, someone would go free when they are even not.
Okay. Yeah, that's another topic.
That's another topic. Not for now. Not for now.
Wow. All right. So basically, you still have to, despite being a passion, something that you really do like to do, helping people, but you still have to kind of, how do you present yourself when you're in that courtroom and when you're outside? You need to have a balance between that. So how do you manage that?
To have a balance?
Yeah.
Between the courtroom? Yeah, you have to keep time. How I can balance between the courtroom and my daily life? I think I have to focus on what is important, and I have to manage my time properly.
Yeah.
I know what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, let's say you have a case on Monday, right? But then you have a family gathering, whatever, on Sunday or even Monday evening. How do you present yourself in that period? Like, now I'm going in for the court. Oh, now I need to shift because now it's family time.
I have to set boundaries.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
I don't have to mix the two. You set boundaries. Like, work is different from office. You have to set your time. You have to give a time frame. Yeah, you have to give yourself a timetable. Sometimes you have to have a diary and you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you plan before in advance. Yeah, it's what you don't mix the two, because as a lawyer, you have to have a family, you have to have other things you're doing, and you don't have to do overworkload, and you move it at home, no?
Yes, of course. Again, it's that family time and then work time, and
work time,
finding
you
the
mix
balance
the
in
two.
between.
Yeah. You do what you can.
Yeah. Also, I'm thinking on what kind of because you talk about passion and impact that you are doing to the people that were maybe wrongly accused and put into prison. They touch you and you want to help them, right? What would you say to other young people that might want to go a career path like yourself?
Yeah, I would like to encourage them. Many young people, they've been discouraged. They keep telling them the legal career has changed, the courts are biased, there's a lot of corruption, there's no way you can get justice from the courts of law. I think there's justice. Yeah,
but you mentioned that, it was more corrupt in the past.
In the past, yeah.
Yeah. Would you say it's still the same today, or at least?
No. I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say it's still corrupt.
No.
I think the courts have improved.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's still corrupt, and I cannot go and discourage the young lawyers and they say, hey, the courts are corrupt. No. That would not be good of me, quite senior, who has practiced for some time. Yeah, I want to encourage the young ones not to allow to be intimidated by the male lawyers if you're female. You have to be a good researcher. How
would they do that, not to be intimidated by the male lawyers? As a young female, how would they do that, not to be intimidated by the...
You have to know the law, know the case, be confident. That one enough takes away intimidation. When you know the law, you know your case, so you appear in court, you're confident, you know what you're doing. No one will intimidate you like some lawyers, are still, they like intimidation, I think some of them. You hear it from female lawyers. When you appear before some lawyers who think they know it all, go to court when you know the law. As long as you know the law and you're courageous and you've understood the law and you're brave, you're confident and you know your case, there's no way you can fail.
So it comes down to preparation.
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 You have to be ready. Sometimes, at least even if you go to court when the judge is not ready and you're ready, at least
have you experienced that?
Yes, many times. Sometimes you're ready and he's not ready, and he really dismisses your case, and you really say, the judge was not. You read and he has not read.
But how do you? Okay, so let's say you come in and you're better prepared than the judge.
Yes, it used to be common in the past, very common. And you feel so down. You're like, no, this man didn't understand my case, and you're right. But at the end of the day, how do you make him
understand your case if you know that he's not basically prepared and he's trying to dismiss your case?
You keep on. He has already dismissed this. You appeal.
Your appeal.
He has already dismissed it. He's biased. At the start, it was not easy to practice law. I remember when I had started, some judges were very tough, but I remember those judges passed on. Very tough. It was not, very tough, but that time it was good because these judges were very honest. Very honest. Okay. You'd be sure. You'll be assured that for sure I'm going to court, I'm going to get a good result.
All right. And so the replacement, and how do they work on the replacement of the judges? Is it like, let's say you practiced law for many years and you need to go to the next step of your career, right? And there might be a role as a judge.
They're appointed by the president. I think they recommend by the...
Sorry, they appointed?
The judges are appointed by the president.
Okay.
Through the recommendation of the Judicial Service Commission. You apply, they advertise, you apply, but these people are appointed by the president.
Oh, wow. That's very high up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then I'm guessing it's a very tough job to get.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So 14 years practicing law, and you said that's something you wanted to do from a very young age as well, right? So it's like a passion from a young age, been doing it for a long time. Yeah. What would you say is your... is there room to grow in your career, basically?
Yeah, there's room to grow.
In terms of if, like, is there a next step that you can take in your career?
Yeah, you can take a next step. Like you can begin something big. You can set up a big entity. You can set up a big person organization where you can try to assist all these guys.
Oh, so basically set up your own law firm.
Law firm.
Okay.
And set up also your own NGO. Much as they say NGO space in Uganda is not over. I think if you work with government, you can set up your own NGO and you do all the legal aid, but when you have a funder, and you work together with government, I think that's where the problem is. I think they're saying NGO space is difficult, which is true. In Uganda of late, we have few funders and the NGO space has been squeezed.
Okay.
But I think if you worked hand in hand with government, I think you can do the right thing. If you're doing the right thing, I think there are also NGOs that are in operation. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That is their way forward.
Okay, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, right? But when you're saying NGO, I'm thinking NGO is it's not like where you go and make a lot of money.
No.
Right? So it's you're kind of depending on raising funds.
You're raising funds and they are funding you, and so that you can do what you want to do for social change, your passion. Yeah, and also employ people.
Yeah.
So now you're no longer a person being employed, but you employ people.
Exactly. And that sounds like another challenge, you know?
Yeah, it is a challenge, but it's a way of growth.
Yeah. Yeah. And could you see yourself
and
doing
maturity,
that?
That's my next.
That's your next step. All right. And that's mainly, is it an NGO firm or just practicing law on your own?
No, just NGO.
Okay.
I've already started.
All right. Interesting.
I already started. I'm looking for funders.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
No, I just registered it, but I'm yet to. It's a legal aid.
Okay.
Not NGO. It's a legal aid company. I'm yet to.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a big move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So after 14 years, that's when you're like, you know what? I want to start
my own thing. Yeah.
Well, congrats. Congrats. Yeah. All right. And then, so we mentioned the law. I mean, the practice of law have changed over the past years. Less corruption, and you gave some advice to new or potential young ones that wants to practice law, right? And how is the I want to say the education system to get there?
The education system is now okay.
Yeah.
Before we had few universities. By the way, when I joined the law school, the universities were not many. I think there were 3, if I'm not wrong. Remember, Mukono was fresh. I remember KIU, Kampala International University. I think those were the only. But now there are so many universities that are offering law. Okay. And now the lawyers are so. By the way, it is the most crowded profession.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think there are so many lawyers.
Okay. How does that, when it comes to competition, how is it? Because like, if it's a crowded, then it's saturated, right? So how do you actually... They understand that it's difficult to get jobs that actually pay because there's so many people that are available.
There are many that are available. So you market yourself in the competitive world, in the legal career. Yeah. Everyone is working, but we are many. Market yourself, do the right thing. I think that doors will open. We've all survived and thrived, but we are many.
But have you heard of anyone or some colleagues that practice law for a long time, but then they just change career completely because it's so crowded in Uganda practicing law?
Not really. I've not heard of many, but there are some who have joined business and have left their legal career.
Okay.
There are some who have left it really. And of late, many are complaining, no money. Most of us, I think some joined because of the money bit of it, but not anymore.
Okay, so when was it profitable to be a lawyer in Uganda? How long ago?
I think like 10 years ago, I think those lawyers made it. They are so successful.
Yeah.
Very, compared to these days.
Yeah.
These days, it's for struggling.
Yeah.
It's normal to be a lawyer. All universities, I think there are many. It's normal.
Okay.
It's not prestigious like before.
And it's due to a lot of competition, lots of lawyers that are available, and
yes,
maybe not enough jobs available, both from the public side and the private side, making it just tough for lawyers to get jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Then it's almost like finding something else to do then, because if you cannot find a job that actually you want to do or practice, then you have to find something else. But so those that change career, they did it mainly because there's not enough money in practicing law in Uganda, and they decided to do business instead.
Not sure, but most of them, I think, decide to do. I know a few. They decide to try also the business world. I think there's many people are looking for money. I think what I know about the legal career, many people have joined of late. Why people flooded the career? The new lawyers are making money, which is not true, and that has been the opposite.
Okay, so they were basically they joined the law or practicing law because they wanted to make a lot of money.
Lots of money.
But
that's
what
we noticed.
It was not
enough money.
So they're getting out.
They are not getting out, but they are struggling also in the same field. Yeah.
Okay.
We are all struggling.
Okay.
But that is what many people think. Lawyers have money, but not anymore.
Yeah. So your colleagues that some of them that started business, is it kind of a same business that they started, or they just chose completely different field for themselves?
Different fields for themselves. Different fields.
What type of businesses?
Can start insurance companies.
Yeah.
There are many people who have started like taxation companies. Something if they are too much into tax, something like that.
Yeah. So when you mentioned insurance company, how does it work here? Because I'm just curious, like learning the insurance business in Uganda. How does it work? Do you have any knowledge of that?
Insurance business? I think I don't have much.
No. Okay. So I'm just looking
of course the insurance law we know, but the business, I don't know how they start up their businesses and all that.
Yeah, I'm just curious on how it works, because what type of insurance could that be, right? Is it like just for the cars and the motorcycles?
I think health. I
You
think cars, health.
Yeah, health. Health insurance. Okay.
Because I know one who started one. I don't know how far.
So health insurance, how is that? I'm just curious on how that covers. Basically, so if someone gets sick, then they go and claim the insurance, right?
Yeah.
And how many people actually are purchasing that type of insurance in Uganda? Is it popular? Yeah.
It's popular because it's a what? It's a subject at Makere insurance law.
Okay.
It's popular.
I see.
If you're doing general practice, definitely you have to practice. Most of us are doing general. You can get an insurance case and handle.
Yeah. So would you say it's not something that the most people in Uganda will purchase, but more like professionals? That's what they would go for.
Many lawyers are practicing insurance.
Yeah.
They are doing it, but I think they would go for it as in general, not only professionals.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, how many Ugandans on the street actually go and purchase life insurance?
I don't think.
No.
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm curious because it sounds like that can be a good business, but then how many Ugandans actually go out of their way and like, yes, I want a life insurance?
They're there. Do you know there are many insurance companies in Uganda now of late?
Yeah.
Very many. But actually, there are many. So that means if the fact that there are many, that means there are many Ugandans.
Well, I can see the opportunity. I mean, the population is big, so I see the opportunity. But whether there is enough people actually purchasing it, it's another question.
They're practicing it. Not so many, but they are practicing it because it's also a general subject in university.
Yeah. Okay. What other type of insurance then? So we mentioned life insurance, and then of course for the vehicles and
education.
Insurance for education.
The children, the young. I think education. What I don't know, I'm not so much into.
Okay, so you can basically buy insurance for education.
Young ones.
Huh. That's new to me. I'm learning new things today. All right, cool. Yeah, and wow, that's an interesting thought there. Basically, life insurance, education
for the future.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience, Joan?
Yeah. Definitely, I wanted to talk to the audience. I wanted to encourage people about the courts in Uganda. Many people have been discouraged, saying the judiciary is biased. If we cannot go to the lawyers, if we go to the lawyers, we shall not succeed because now they politicize the whole judicial system. But I want to encourage the public that the legal career is still okay and the judiciary is not biased. And the court systems are still inoperative.
Yeah, well, it's a good message. Yeah. Well, I mean, for my side, I learned a lot about some of the situation here in Uganda when it comes to practicing law, right? Got some new knowledge. So I really thank you for coming, Joan.
You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you.
And good luck with your foundation, with
thank
your
you.
firm.
Yeah,
right?
Thank you.
And your career.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. So keep pushing and encouraging other young people, young females to also pursue a career in law.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Joan.
You're welcome. Thank you, Albert. Thank you for hosting me today.